everybody in this room is the big C. Now, maybe I didn't worry about other things, maybe I had to worry about heart disease, but I think most of us worry most often about cancer. Now, I know when it comes to heart disease, I could be doing some things that would diminish my risk. If I lost weight, that would help. But none of us, I think, know how to avoid the risk of cancer. In the Shadegg family, when I come home someday and say I've had a bad day, Shirley says, well, John, remember the rule. The rule of the Shadegg family is any day that no one in our family is diagnosed with cancer, and no one in our extended family is diagnosed with cancer, and none of our close friends or relatives or people we know and really deeply care about are diagnosed with cancer, that is, by definition, a good day. It's a pretty good rule. It might be the rule in your family. This chart says that if you're diagnosed with cancer, if that's what you're worried about, you better be happy with the American system. This chart shows you the 5-year survival rates for prostate cancer, breast cancer, all men's cancer, and all women's cancer. And it shows you the 5-year survival rate in the United States, this blue line, Canada, this purple line, Europe, this yellow line, and England, that light blue line. Look at the overall chart. I don't know if you can see it, in fairness. There's a copy of this that is one of the handouts, so you can take it. But what that chart shows is that the United States beats the socks off of every country that has a single-payer system. The 5-year cancer survival rates in the United States for prostate cancer, breast cancer, all men's cancer, and all women's cancer are better than Canada, Europe, or England. And for the guys, the news is really good because it's shocking. The 5-year cancer survival rate for prostate cancer in the United States is 91.9%. The 5-year survival rate in England for that same prostate cancer is 50.9%. Your chances of living 5 years in the United States with prostate cancer are double what they are in England, which has a single-payer system. What that tells me is either we better think before we adopt a single-payer system, or we better do it better than they did. Okay, next question.
Hello, my name is...
I gotta hurry up, I'll shorten my answers.
Hello, my name is Aaron.
I love your witnessing, and everybody see your poster? Hold your poster up. Hey, man, can you hold that over? She is on the march. Go ahead.
I don't think it's fair here that I have to pay for the healthcare bill. I don't even have a job. I can't even vote. And the government is just paying my future paycheck. I just want them to stop doing it.
I got a two-word response. I agree. Yes, ma'am. But they're telling me we're running out of time. I'm going to make my answers shorter.
The reason so many of us are aware of what's in that bill is because of talk radio, cable TV, and the internet.
Yep.
I understand that the president has hired yet another czar. He should call it the Kremlin, not the White House. And then he wants to take away talk radio, then we'll go on to cable TV, and eventually the internet. What are you and the Republicans going to do to stop this?
Well, let me try to give you the best answer I can, but it's going to be a brief answer. The answer is, I as an individual am doing everything I can every day to try to fight the ambitions of this administration. I can't win that without talk radio and the internet. But let me just tell you, I really can't win without you. And you've already proven that you're in the fight like I'm here tonight. Lots of people say to me, Congressman, what can I do? Whether it's about excess spending, like that young lady just spoke about, or about government-run health care, or about the effort of the government, for example, to stifle talk radio. Americans say to me, well, Congressman, I wrote my congressman, I wrote my senator, I wrote the beach 5 times, I've done everything I can do. Wrong. If you want to stop this bill, or if you want to pass this bill, I want to tell you what you got to do is get up every single morning and say, today I'm going to talk to 5 people about this issue. If it's that healthcare bill, you got to say, I'm going to talk to my hairdresser, I'm going to talk to my son's football coach, I'm going to talk to my daughter's piano teacher, I'm going to talk to my coworkers, because politics is a numbers game. You've got to not just communicate directly with your congressman or your senator, you've got to get your neighbor to do it, you've got to get your daughter to do it, you've got to get your barber and your hairdresser to do it. Yes, sir.
Congressman Shadegg, our treasury right now is printing money and monetizing our debt. This is what the one-hour republic was doing in the 1920s and 1990s. As a result, they had hyperinflation. I see attacks on the Second Amendment, on the First Amendment. I see attacks on our Constitution, and nobody seems to be doing anything about it. I want my witnesses tonight, because I want to remind everybody in this room, anybody that's served in service, you swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
I don't know if you know this, but are you suggesting this isn't AstroTurf?
No, sir, what I need from the Republican Party is leadership to tell me and every other veteran in this country what they can do to change things. Thank you.
Thank you. Good for you. And thank you for your service and for those revenues. Yes, sir.
Is it permissible to make a statement rather than ask a question? I'll make it brief.
If you make it brief,
I will.
and I hope it touches healthcare, but I can see I gotta come back and do a town hall on something other than healthcare. Go ahead. Okay.
I have read this thing every single page. I have studied 6 synopses by different individuals. They all compare. I can tell you one thing right now. I'm a retired doctor. That is not a healthcare plan. That is the government-controlled plan for every aspect of your life. I am a constitutionalist. Okay? They are not going to take away my life, liberty, and good happiness. And if anybody votes for this dumb bill, throw them out of office.
I have no response other than to say, boy, I wish Nancy Pelosi was here. That's what?
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
And because they have diabetes, they're considered health risk.
High risk.
Thank you. And because they're considered high risk, they don't, I'm going to play a little bit of ignorance here on the statistics, but I guess.
Closer.
So I'm not really, I know the current health care or the current health insurance they qualify for doesn't really cover a whole lot of them because it's high risk. The things that you should be covered for, not really covered for, and we're actually just paying a whole lot into not really getting a whole lot back. I know that beginning of this century there's a lot of necessary and useful government intervention in the private sector, and I was wondering if there are any regulations right now